treetop talk, every stolen kiss, every late night walk, every secret wish, every second chance, every time we danced underneath the light of the street lamp. Busy streets and lost time. Gotta rent a car, gotta stay a while. If I don't move ahead, then I get stuck behind. I'm at a friend's place, gonna stick around. The puzzle pieces fit for now. The things you said were playing loud. There are people outside living their lives. Thousands of stories move through time. There's only one face on my mind. All I want is you. All I want is you. There are people outside living their lives. Thousands of stories move through time. There's only one face on my mind. A century long ago, I traded in my halo. Whoever it is that you think I am, I'm still figuring it out. I'm jealous of the people outside, just living their lives. Millions of secrets get lost in the light. Tell me how to reach you, show me a sign. All I want is you. All I want is you. All I want is you. I'm surrounded by memories of you and I won't rest until you know the truth. All I want is you. I'm surrounded by memories of you and I. Tell me how to reach you, show me a sign. I'm surrounded by memories of you and I. Tell me how to reach you, throw me a making it so hard. You got to know now. Ooh, taking it too far. Nothing to hold now. I'm falling apart. Out in the cold now. Breathing underwater. Breathing underwater now. I can't let go.
my feet off the ground, let gravity take me up. As beautiful of my soul. I've gotta go all the way to eternity. I will run all the way to see you. I've gotta go all the way through time and space to find my voice. Gravity, take me up. As beautiful as it's been, it's time for me to go. I wanna sail away, I wanna feel the weightlessness of my soul. I've gotta go all the way to eternity. I will run all the way to see you. I've gotta go all the way through time and space to find my voice, to see you, and I'll go. And I'll go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about the delay. Supper was in the middle of eating it. This series, though, I got it underway, and this first game has been pretty eventful. You've got a team that was down 3-1 now has come back. St. Cloud has forced overtime in our first game. Obviously, not really a best of two, but 2 games being played here in our FifaE Major number 1 group stage for Challenger. You saw Rising Star last night. This one, though, is going to end. The comeback was valiant from St. Cloud, but Uncle Stan ends any sort of threat and is able to win game number 1 in favor of the Inferno. Now looking at Major 1 for Challenger, the Inferno first seed so far this season, doing pretty well. Looking at the standings, 5-1 on the season so far. They're playing in their group the St. Cloud Flyers, who are number 9, currently at 3-3. Granted, the roster has switched up, but Burnsville has been the same all season long. It has been pretty good for them. Pretty good start to the season overall. Sorry, music's a little loud in my ears, but yeah, it's been a good start to the season for Burnsville. Obviously, winning this first game, always a blast. But now we're gonna head on over to for game number 2 over to EFH Stadium, and honestly, exciting for sure, because this is the day where we've got, games on games on games. This first one, absolute blast to stream so far. Obviously, the comeback from St. Cloud. You see the last second goal by Swish. We're not able to make anything of it. We'll see if their fortunes change here in game number 2. It is not technically a best of 2, even though it says it. We're just only playing 2 games. And then if you obviously, whichever team wins the 2 games, wins the series, a Sholonk, whatever you want to say, for the Inferno. Already starts off hot. Lando's touch just gets away from him on the turn, doesn't want to commit again to it, and figured, all right, well, if I'm going to hit the ball again, it's going to go away from me too far. Well, the first touch was away from you even farther, and resulted in a Burnsville goal. Lando immediately on the challenge. Lando last season Rising Star, one of the best players in the division. Many argued should have been in Challenger. Now finds himself in Challenger. His team not having the greatest of seasons, but have had kind of a roller coaster of a ride as far as the franchise goes. But this Burnsville team, Burnsville, obviously, like I said, 5-1, having a great season so far. They're number 2 in standings overall for all leagues. So I guess shout out Cripplify for his teams being in a position to win all of them. I think their worst team is in Rising Star, and they're 9th. But still, middle of the pack. Green Bay currently leads everybody. But still, Burnsville having a decent season, 10-5 overall as a franchise. This Burnsville team has a 13 game differential, so they are tough to beat, and it's going to be really, really difficult in this Major number 1 to, get things done. But yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. Fargo, I believe, is forfeiting to Green Bay, unfortunately, for their series. I'll try and update after this game is over. I'll try and update the standings for you guys as much as I possibly can, but I can only do so much because, obviously, with no way of knowing when games are going to end, I kind of have to wait on updating anything for the groups because things change. But DJ with a clear. That one's going to bounce in, post and in. Another 2-goal lead for Burnsville. They squandered somewhat of a 2-goal lead in the last game. St. Cloud was able to claw their way back into it, getting back-to-back goals. Obviously, the late one with about 7 seconds left. But, yeah. Fortunes have to change here for this St. Cloud team. That demo will start things off. Clips trying to relieve some pressure, does do that. Clips Lando and Swish. Clips the new addition in place of Flash. Flash deciding to retire for the season. Clips stepped in his place. Swish and Lando, the 2 remaining players from the draft, obviously, but here is Lando. Going to run out of boost there. Clips on the crash. That one's going to bounce midfield. A great bounce, but Shonkers has it red. Uncle Stan last season making land with with Chicago on that Chicago Jungle roster. DJ obviously winning land with Fargo last season. Defending champion is Lando, though. That's a great touch out of the midfield. This first touch is just exquisite. I mean, you can see he keeps pace with the ball, is able to just kind of line it up back on that flip, and then as soon as he flips, you know it's going to find its way into the back of the net. But, yeah, incredible shot for St. Cloud as they're able to cut the lead in half. Now again, both of them challenge Uncle Stan. Uncle Stan's able to get the ball out somewhat, but Swish has the shot. It's going to hit the post. Lando. Oh, be blocked out by Schlonk. Schlonkers, whatever you want to say. As DJ meets Swish head on in the 50-50, ends up bumping clips there in the corner. Swish and Schlonk meet each other in the corner as well. Lando, once again, same spot. Same play. This time he fakes DJ out. Instead of hitting it around the defender, decides to just wave the magic wand and say, oh, look at me, I'm not going to hit the ball. Someone's going to find its way in and tie up the game, and hopefully St. Cloud looking to tie up the series. You're the 9 seed playing the 1. You want to split games with these high teams. You need to split games. You can't afford a 2-0. If you 2-0 them, that's even better. But if you don't split games, you're only giving them more and more confidence. And remember, with Challenger and Rising Star, there is more teams. There are more opportunities to play teams. You're going to play teams twice instead of Premier, where you're only going to play them once. Well, if you beat them once and you play them again, if you're in Challenger and Rising Star, you'll get a second crack if you lose, but you'll get a second crack if you win, as your confidence will only be higher to beat them twice in a row. But it is really hard to beat a team twice in a row, let alone once. Uncle Stan, well, got the lead right back for Burnsville. I kind of jinxed it a little bit. Clips and I believe Swish, and then Swish and Lando double commits. So back-to-back double commits, essentially. And Uncle Stan's just able to turn that one in and get that goal. Like to see a little bit more here from St. Cloud on the defensive side, but it is tough to stop this Burnsville roster. I think everybody knows that. Looking at their standings so far on the season, all their stats so far on the season, they've scored 55 goals. They're averaging over 3 goals a game. So they're hitting their mark. Currently on a 4-win streak. They lost their opening match of the season to Rochester, and since then they are 4-0 in the league. They've dropped 1 total game. And so far, this is just a exquisite sort of middle part of the, I guess you could say middle part of the split, but the last 4 games have been dominated by them, and they're looking to continue it here in this major. Uncle Stan trying to keep it up for Schlonk. Schlonk down the field. Is not going to end up doubling this. Going to leave for DJ. He's going to hit the backboard and miss. 20 seconds here. Does St. Cloud have a rebuttal? With any time left? No. Uncle Stan, once again, he's 2 for 4. That's my uncle. He's scoring goals and winning games for Burnsville. That likely will seal the deal. Burnsville have not actually dropped a game as a team since October 31st. It has been almost a month for them. They are playing some incredible Rocket League. A 23 goal difference so far on the season. St. Cloud's nowhere near that. They're -9. Struggling to score, struggling now to play defense. Not a good look for St. Cloud. They're going to be 0-2 to start the major, as that will do it. Burnsville takes the series in a 2-game set. GG's all around, as that is our first set done of the night. 6:25 will be our next one, so it won't be too long, but only 2 games. Replay coming on your screen. Lando, this opening touch just kind of not sold the deal for me, but I guess you could say it really set the tone for how things were going to go. You know, not an ideal market for sure for your confidence, but Lando did respond. I mean, we saw this goal. Not a bad one by any means. Heck of a job by Lando. And then you saw Lando back-to-back goals, kind of making up for his own mistakes. It's like, all right, well, I screwed up. I got to make up for it. That's exactly what he did. He put 2 goals together and then was able to give his team a chance, but they kind of just fell apart on that defensive line. Back-to-back goals by Uncle Stan here. Big boy Uncle Stan making the plays, and Burnsville will go to the 2-0. As well, win the 2-0, excuse me, but and we'll move on. And they play Green Bay next, which should be a good matchup. I believe one of my players is streaming. I think a couple of my players are streaming it. So if you're looking for that match, probably check self-promo is my guess in the Discord or whatever. But our next series, we're going to move over to Group B, Omaha and Kansas City. That one at 6:25. I think those guys are still playing currently. But yeah, we'll see what ends up happening for kind of the rest of it. Burnsville obviously beating St. Cloud 2-0. We'll see where the fortunes lie, but I do know Fargo is forfeiting both of their series to Green Bay. Unfortunately, due to times, they're not able to make it. So Green Bay is already technically 4-0 on the day and 2-0, so they're almost guaranteed to make it to top 8. But yeah, it should be fun all the way around. And I'm really just excited to see kind of how this day goes, because we don't have that many series for you. There's not many to play, so you know, it'll be a long day, I guess you could say, for the teams that are expecting more games. But yeah, I'm just excited to see what happens. But yeah. This one was quick. It was furious. It was a 2-0. There wasn't many saves, I guess you could say. There was a good amount of goals. I'll give him that. It's not like we didn't see goals. This play-by, I was eating in the middle of this game. DJ, that was almost an incredible shot, my friend. That was, woo. He definitely got a lot of that. But wasn't able to put that one away. Ends up putting this one away. But 6:25 is our next series. We got to roll. I'm going to throw it to a very, very quick break. Not very much time, but yeah, should be fun. And I'll have the match for you in just a bit, guys.
They say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months where I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to.
I was never meant to be the one. I was never meant to feel this good. Tried my best and got the outcome. Oh Lord, I know it's hard, but I can't stop. Keep my composure. Tick tock, the clock is growing older. I don't wanna believe that this is the end. I've been fighting that fire for far too long. Now it's gone. You can climb my much higher where you belong. Now it's gone. I've been fighting that fire for far too long. Now it's gone. You can climb much higher where you belong. Now it's gone. Stuck in the moment, I'm lost in time. I know it's hard, but I can't stop. Keep my composure. Tick tock, the clock is growing older. I don't wanna believe that this is the end. I've been fighting that fire for far too long. Now it's gone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have got round number 2 of Swiss on tap. Should be a fun one. Round number 2 of Swiss. FifaE, excuse me. Round number 2 of FifaE. Best of 2. Technically just 2 games. Not really best of 2. That's not really a thing. But yeah, it should be fun. I'm excited to see what ends up happening here. Yeah, you know, it's gonna be a fun one. That's what we think. And it should be a good one. Omaha versus Kansas City. Now, looking at round number 1, how things went. Omaha split with Chicago. So both teams at 1-1 currently. We're waiting on a score from Omaha and Bemidji, but Omaha the number 2 seed, Kansas City the number 10. This is over in Group C. I haven't updated these yet because I'm still waiting on all of round 1 to come in. It has not, so guys, report your scores if you're playing. That's all I got to say, but this Kansas City Outlaws team, they've scored 51 goals this season, 60 goals against. These two actually played each other on the 14th a week ago. Last week, they played each other. Omaha won it in 4. They have a -9 goal difference, but this is a different Omaha roster. You got Manditz, Nate, and Pace joining up. They scored 52 goals this season. They've only given up 38. They're a good defensive team. See what ends up happening, but I got to go back to me and make my predictions. I'm going to go with Omaha. Yeah, I have to go with Omaha. I mean, they beat them last week. I can't not go, I can't not pick them. But should be fun. I'm excited to see what ends up happening here. It is time for some Rocket League. In round number 2 of FIFA, It's going to be a good one. Kansas City versus Omaha. Kansas City, the new roster. They pick up Drew Starr. Never seen Drew Starr play, but starting off pretty hot. Already scored a goal and opening up the scoring. As that one's just going to sneak through the defense. Gets by, I believe, Bates Nate. And that'll be a goal for the Outlaws. They're going to start things off hot. Fena, Bates Nate, and Pace. They bring in Bates Nate and Pace to try and kind of not really fix this, Omaha roster. They're on the number 2 seed in the league and going into this tournament. So they're in a pretty good roster. Pace, obviously, I've seen around for a long time, has been around for quite a bit of time. And I've not seen Ryoko. I've seen Cole. I'm obviously good friends with Cole. I know in multiple lands. Never seen Drew Starr play. Pace, I've seen Fena. Obviously, you've seen all 3 of Omaha's. As this Drew Starr is just making quick work of them. I don't know what is going on defense here for Omaha. They've only given up 38 goals this season. They've been a pretty good, stout defensive team, but Kansas City has not struggled to score. But it's their defense that's been hurting them the most. We'll see if that continues on, but yeah, we'll see what ends up happening for everything. Yeah, I'm just excited to see what continues on for this season and how things go. Have not seen many score reports coming in, so guys, make sure you're reporting your games. But yeah, water. It'll be an interesting end to this game. Now that Kansas City up by 2, obviously made its Nate winning challenger last season with Fargo, finds himself now on Omaha. Been on Omaha before, I believe, but didn't end up winning a title from it. See if their fortunes change. So Cole's going to hit that one down the field. Fena and Pace are tasked with collecting the ball. They don't really do well with it. It's going to end up coming out to Cole. That one's going to skirt back. Ryoko's able to get not the best touch. It's going to escape his second grasp, and Nate's able to punish. Able to cut the lead now down to just 1, as there's plenty of time left for them to tie this up. Couple seconds gone by. Ball doesn't really escape this orange half. Nate lining up a double. Is not going to hit it. Pace is able to clean it up. That one will make its way through and get on target. Just expecting a little bit more resistance from this Kansas City team here on the defensive line. Plenty of people to lean on, but doesn't mean that the share is always the most stable in the world if you're leaning on it. If everybody's leaning on it, I guess you could say. But, this format is not begrudgingly nice to anybody. I don't think I used begrudgingly correctly, but it's not nice to every single... it's not helpful to every single seed, and it's not nice to every single seed. It's not necessarily bad to every seed either, I guess you could say, but Cole looking to get the 3rd on the board for KC. Drew Starr came out basically flying, opening up the scoring with 2 goals, and then it's been kind of a rebuttal from this Omaha team. They look much better, but I wanted to take a look back at that series, that Omaha and Kansas City series, and see kind of how things went, looking at scores-wise. It was literally last week. Looking at it, it was this is only a best of 2. This is a best of 5. It was an opening game win for Omaha. Then they dropped game 2 and then won 2 straight. So they did not struggle in the first game of the series. That's always interesting with these FifaE formats. Some teams who, I guess you could say my team is kind of like that. we don't wake up oftentimes at the beginning of the series. We need, a game to get into it. Well, with this format, you have to be awake right away. You can't wait until game 2 because there's only 2. If you lose the first game, you're basically required to win the second one. Otherwise, you just get nothing out of it. And I really think it promotes the people who do warm up for their matches and do get on early to, prep and prepare and be ready. So that's a great shot from Nate. Able to get the lead for Omaha here. 57 seconds to go. A lot of time for Kansas City, but they really need some organization as to who is challenging the ball, because it seems like, I'll let you go. I'll let you go. I'll be nice, buddy. You can go. It's like, guys, we got to have, we got to put our foot down eventually here, and somebody's just got to say, I'll go. Because it can't be everybody being nice to each other and, saying, you can shell if you want to. I don't need to go for the ball. Sometimes you do need to go for the ball, especially, Ryoko's touch there. He had to hit that. That's a beautiful shot from Nate. Triple commit from the Buffalo. Cole's able to clean it up. But that inside post miss will likely kill this game. Huge misplay here from Drew Starr. Doesn't read the bounce. And that's going to end up being a goal for Omaha as they've rattled off 4 straight now and gone into the lead, as Kansas City has no rebuttal. And it's Nate, 7 shots on the board in this game. LAN MVP last season, looking to continue the success that he had towards the end of the season. He doesn't have DJ or Nate to do it, but he's got a good backup in Fena, and Pace is a player that can pretty much, in my opinion, play with anybody. So, hey, if you're feeling confident, you're feeling confident. Off the backboard, Fena is going to get it to Pace. It's going to be cleared. Drew Starr. That will do it for game number 1. Omaha will take it in a comeback bid. They rattle off 4 goals straight and take the first game of our 2-game set. Cole will kill this down. And it's still up, guys. Kill it. Thank you, God. This is going to drop to the ground. Game 1 goes to the Buffalo. What was my overarching theme from that game for Kansas City? You can't give up 4 straight goals. You got to have some sort of, change in the middle of the game of like, hey, guys, we need to figure it out here because it's a little sketchy. But going into this game 2, I have no doubt things will change. And we'll see what ends up happening for the Outlaws, as they need to figure out on their terms how to play defense. You can't be relying on the other team to set your defensive structure or your defensive, confidence or ability, or your defensive thought process, I guess is the word I'm really looking for. Words, I guess you say 2 words. But it can't be solely reliant on what the offense and the other team is giving you. In my opinion, it's how you respond to the challenge that is presented and how you adjust after that challenge is already presented. We'll see what changes here as Fena and company continue to have an answer for this Kansas City defensive structure. So that's a nice flick, nice opening goal for Omaha here. 30-some seconds left. We'll see what ends up changing. Burnsville does do exactly what they needed to do in their series. They beat Fargo 2-0. Or Kansas City 2-0. And that'll end up being a win for them. Next series on set in group number C, with the Brainerd Victory taking on the St. Paul Senators. That should be a fun one. Victory currently the 3 seed, Senators the 14. And we are hoping for an upset, is what I will say. But can't ever count anybody out. People have their abilities, and they're able to sometimes cause upsets if they play their cards right and if they play smart. We will see if that continues, but so far, it has been tough sledding for this Kansas City team here on defense in the latter half of these games. They started off absolutely wonderful, absolutely great, and they just were not able to keep going. But see what ends up happening latter half of this game. If their fortunes are able to be, swapped or changed or some form of, altering. They got to get on offense here. Cole on the collection, immediately shut down by FifaE, and that is just, that's just not what you want. You need to, obviously not take time, but a little bit smarter with the task or with the space that you have at hand. Ryoko, a good touch up to Drew Star, but not much is going to come out of it. Ryoko again. Cole is there on the follow. That's a really speedy shot from Cole. Shout out Cole for that shot. He got up there in a hurry. As that will even up the scoreline. Now, if the kickoff, Ryoko hits the post. Gonna pass that one back to Drew Star. The fake comes out. Nate does not fall for it. Cole off the sidewall. Looking for one more. Both Drew Star and him jump for it. Neither one is able to make a play happen. As that will just about do it for that offensive possession. Cole still on the ball, still trying to make a play happen. Nothing's going to come from it, though. But we've been living in a lot longer time in this blue half. This has been a different change of pace. The Outlaws. But made it Nate. Able to get one back on the somewhat counterattack. It's going to bounce. Pace. Beautiful touch in the midfield. Nate's just there to clean it up. Absolutely gorgeous feed from Pace. Make that play happen. It's been a fun set so far for these two teams. Probably looking to play a little bit better in some scenario, but some scenarios, I guess you could say. There's plenty of time here. Minute 45. Nate gonna block that touch. FifaE will keep it alive. As Drew Star looking for one more follow-up from Pace to shut that down. Pace looking for one more touch. Does end up getting it. Cole meets him there, though. Ryoko's going to run out of booze. Can he sit behind the ball? He cannot. Cole has the 50 for him. Pace towards the sidewall. Plenty of boost here to work with. Ends up 50ing in the midfield. Nate to the corner. Cole with the clear. Cole up right away again. Trying to put pressure on FifaE, but FifaE has the clear. As Nate will be dunked. Will dunk Ryoko, excuse me. As Ryoko and Drew Star both go for that, and that is a rough double commit indeed. As Nate's just able to put away this open, or Pace is able to put away this open shot. Nate bumps the last defender and steals the goal. As different. And one thing, energy losing out of our LCS today. Some teams, not playing well in our LCS. I like their tweet that they sent out. They said, even Titans can fall. It's true. Anybody can lose on any given day. It may not be your day, and it may be somebody else's day. As that is a double fake from Omaha. FifaE to made it. Nate just cuts the play out. And 51 seconds left. It is all Omaha here in this game number 2. This obviously, the Titan in this case, Omaha not falling, but I really like that quote from them of, even the best can lose games. It's true. Even if you are the best team in the league, if you don't play well on the day and the other team you're playing does, it's just a recipe for you not winning. That's okay. That happens. Some days it just isn't your day. Well, I feel bad for Ryoko because that probably should have been a goal. Didn't go in. Hit both the crossbar and the post and did not find its way in the back of the net. That's a rough one to give up. 13 seconds here. This is all Omaha. They're probably going to win this one 2-0. Looking to be a win for them. As Cole's able to get the second on the board for Kansas City. Trying to make things interesting here at the end. But they would need a literal miracle. They need a Minneapolis miracle. See what I did there? They would need an incredible, incredible goal here to be scored. I don't believe it's going to happen. As Omaha's going to take this set 2-0 and advance once again ahead, doing their best in this major, in these majors, to keep their 2 seed, a 2 seed. As Ryoko's going to double that one in the corner, they're just going to keep it up. Looking for one more goal. Drew Star, no, Fana has it cut out. Nate is up. They're going to kill and knock this one down. Jeez, guys, we're just playing high ball here. Where's all the gravity? It's been sucked out of the room. And that one's finally going to find its way down on the ground. Omaha takes the set. 2-0. Those game stats on your screen. 3 goals from Manitz Nate. And he did it in a big way. Nate once again stepping up for his team. Making plays happen. 6 goals in that game for overall for both teams. And it was the deciding factor. Indeed, as round 2 is over for both of these teams in our FifaE set. That'll be Omaha obviously taking this one 2-0, sending themselves to 1-0 overall and 2-0. We still don't know the score of their first round set. So please, Omaha, if you're listening to this, send in your score. We want to know if you won or lost. But yeah, looking at the schedule, 2-0 for Omaha. And it's both the high seeds, the 1 and the 2, Burnsville and Omaha, taking over so far in FifaE, being the teams to beat, becoming the rosters, I guess you could say, that, you know, hey, we're supposed to win, we might as well win, right? But yeah, see what ends up happening for kind of the rest of this series. Even though it was a 2-0, I will say it was pretty close. This opening set play by Drew Star, I thought was going to be the beginning of a Kansas City upset. I really did. But at the end of the day, it wasn't. It was a win in favor of the Omaha Buffalo. They just rattled off 4 straight goals and completely and utterly shut down this Kansas City. Not even offense. Kansas City didn't really struggle to score that much. Omaha was just better in every aspect of scoring goals and putting goals away. They left no room for error, is what I'll say. So, you know, one of those things. Happens. But, yeah, we got to get to the next set, so I'm going to send it to a short break, and I'll have the next match up for you guys in just a bit. Don't go anywhere. It should be a fun one. Our next series on tap, Brainerd and St. Paul. Yeah, another high seed versus another low seed in our group stage. Should be a good one. And excitement's in the air. FifaE Major number 1 for Challenger continues after this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, match number 3, Brainerd versus St. Paul. The high seed Brainerd against St. Paul. St. Paul, though, not a bad team. Busy Landon and Pops against Juxo, Luigi, and Spalti. Juxo and Luigi, both candidates for MVP this season, have been really, really good for their teams and have been definitely making an impact on Challenger, as obviously they have won their last 4 series in a row, and they are the only team to beat Brainerd, or to beat Omaha. Excuse me, is Brainerd, and yeah, should be a fun one for sure. Yeah, I'm excited to see to get into this one, as yeah, it should be a fun one. I'm going to make my prediction. I'm going to go with Brainerd just because of the high seed and because I believe they are going to win. Should be a fun one. We'll see what ends up happening. FifaE round 3. It was a best of 2. And it should be a good one. Landon, Pops, and Busy, like I said, for St. Paul. As again, the high seed the low seed, excuse me, opens up the scoring. Landon just bumps Pops out of the way, says, Pops, go bump. You get the 50-50 on Luigi, as they're able to score that one. Gorgeous opening goal for the Senators, as Brainerd have to do some work here. They were tested last week against Duluth, who they beat in 5. And so far, 92 goals on the season for this Brainerd team. 3.29 goals per game. But they've given up 72 goals, so they're not a defensive stout roster by any means. As what a pass to Luigi. Going to be blocked out. Look for Spalti to be the kind of guy to feed Juxo and Luigi. Really good at moving the ball, in my opinion. Was one of the players I was looking at actually drafting to my team, but wasn't able to do it. Whitlock sniped him before I could get him. But is somebody that I think plays actually a lot like me. Moves the ball to his teammates a ton. Works to get them open shots. And we'll say Spalti, from what I've seen so far this season, has had a pretty good season so far, almost an assist per game. Juxo averaging over a goal per game and almost assists per game. Luigi averaging a lot of goals per game, 1.46 so far, as he continues his dominance over Challenger. Should have been in Premier. We all know it, guys. We're not going to discount it. But, you know, it's one of those things of like, you can't play on the day, you can't play on the day. But these two teams have yet to meet. This is their first meeting against each other, as Brainerd has played Duluth, St. Cloud, Omaha, Des Moines, and Kansas City, and they are currently 5-1 on the season. And yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. But so far, not many scores coming in. St. Cloud tying with Green Bay at 1-1. So St. Cloud going to 1-3 on their win-loss, 1-2 now, as Green Bay still 5-3, and interesting for sure to see how that Group A ends out. Kansas City currently at the bottom of Group B. Chicago 1-0 so far, 3-1 in win-loss. St. Paul, nobody has reported any scores from Group C. So far, the Atlas at the bottom of Group D. Des Moines, the surprise there, won their opening set against Winnipeg, but being able to get much. Busy's able to get one around the defense and make this a 2-1 advantage for St. Paul. Busy's averaging quite a bit of goals per game, quite a bit of score per game, all over the field for this St. Paul roster. But see what ends up happening for Brainerd and St. Paul here. St. Paul, to me, easily could cause this upset if they're playing well on the day. I know Landon, Busy, and Pops are all capable of making this a win for them, but Brainerd, a team that's not invisible, but they are very, very good. In my opinion, should be either in the 1 or the 2 seed in Challenger, just purely based on their stats and how they look, and then obviously watching these guys, all three of them play. Juxo has improved an incredible amount. Luigi obviously played against him a ton in every aspect. Spalti is the only kind of anomaly for me. I've seen a little bit of replays from him, but it's not like I played against him very much. But I know what Luigi is capable of. Very kind of get-up-in-your-face player. Somebody who... very annoying, I guess you could say, to play with. To me, plays a lot like a bubbly Reaper. And will just get up in your face and move you out of the way if he has to. But it's a good save from Juxo, but Luigi's unable to follow up. No boost. Landon will turn on that. And Spalti was a little late on the play, as unable to make anything happen. And we'll see what ends up happening for the rest of this game. 3-1 so far for St. Paul in round number 3 of our FifaE Major number 1 for Challenger. And so far, it's been St. Paul kind of on the upswing here, on the uptick. Ones that are trying to cause an upset here over this 3-seeded Brainerd team that has not lost. Similar to Omaha, haven't lost in quite a bit of time. As I believe I have a co-caster. Zoms? Are you alive? Welcome. I got you. Not much. There isn't many surprises, I will say. There's a couple of upsets that we've seen. Obviously, but for the most part, the matches we've seen on stream, Zoms, Burnsville and Omaha, the 2 high seeds for Challenger, both have won both of their sets, and they weren't 1-1. They were not splits. They were 2-0s. So, yes, no. It is a best of 2. We only play 2 games. So currently this will be 1-0. 1-0 advantage for St. Paul. Brainerd have got to win the next game, Zoms. Otherwise, they do not get the split. And they end up going 0-2 to St. Paul, who are the 14 seed in the tournament, and Brainerd's the 3. Spizzy's looking for a reset. Pops can't get it on target, but yeah, Zom's the Brainerd needs to win this second game. Oh, 100%. Oh my God. You're muted. My bad. That's my fault.
Alrighty. No, you're good.
Yeah, he's a figment of my imagination.
Tell me what.
You're
I'm
good.
hot.
You're
Tell me
live.
Alrighty. Sorry, everyone. Just to catch up to speed real quick, I was just saying this is really exciting for me because these are 2 teams in my group. I'm playing both of them Monday. I got a really packed Monday, but this is really surprising to see the Senators upsetting in this fashion. I know it's only 1 game. Anything can happen in just the first game, but they only get 2, at least this first time they're heading up against each other. But super interesting to see that the Senators, super low seed, able to take down a game. And it's weird to talk about. I know you only heard Stewie's side, but how unbelievably important that is for the Senators. Pressure looked unbelievably even between the 2, but as I mentioned, all of the shots coming out of Luigi, I think Juxo and Spalti got to step it up.
Yeah. As Busy's going to catch this, looking for one more touch. Reset, that's on target. Will dunk it over Spalti. And I was praising Brainerd's offense. They've scored Zom's 92 goals on the season so far. They have given up 70 goals. So it's not like they've given up 72 goals. Yeah. It's not like they're, have an insane defense and have an insane offense. They have an insane offense, but their defense has not been anything unreal. And this St. Paul team, looking at their statistics so far, they've scored 50 goals and have given up 49. They have a 1-goal difference, but they're averaging almost 3 goals a game. And they hit their average in the last game, and we'll see if they can do it again. Obviously up 1 here, looking to take the 2-0 set over this Brainerd team, who we have not seen any scores reported. So if you're in Group C, report your matches if you played them, because I do not know currently who leads this group yet. This is the only Group C series that I have seen so far, Zom. So I have no clue what's going to end up happening here. But major number 1 so far, Rochester leading Group D, Omaha leading Group B. And in Group A, Burnsville still the dominant force, as Spalti able to tie up the game, as that is an absolutely gorgeous play.
Yeah, I was literally just talking about how they got to level up their offense, and it's Spalti who takes to the skies. Fantastic double off the ceiling, and then I believe off the backboard as well. Call it a triple tap because, that was disgusting getting past 1, 2, and 3 defenders. That was a very clean play by Spalti, and looking to see more, of course. And you were talking about the Senators and how the victory once again. That defensive stand that they had earlier when Busy had a really nice pop-off moment, but where was the challenge? That's one thing I was really looking to see, that we had 1-man backboard, 1-man back post, 1-person net, but they all kind of gravitated towards the goal, and they didn't do anything until it was too late. So they got to really step up their challenge game. But 1-1 in this game, and I don't think the Senators are going to be too mad about how they're playing, considering they're already 1-up in this series. Luigi's shot goes wide, but Juxo is there for the follow-up, and in fact finds their lead that they have been desperately looking for, and they're already doing better than last game.
And I have seen the ascension, the rise through the ranks that Juxo has had. He has improved a ton. Since coming into this league till now, has completely revamped how he plays the game, and honest to God, is looking like one of the, to me, an MVP nominated at the moment. Nominated for it, an impact on his roster. The impact that he's had on this Brainerd team is just, It's uncanny. Him and Luigi on offense, they give Spalty so many opportunities to kind of crash down and do what he wants. As Pop's looking to get around, Juxo cannot do it. And Spalty, kind of that, I talked about it earlier, plays a lot like me. Kind of that facilitator, that person who, if you need to clean up a play, can clean up a play, but more often than not is going to be the dude to feed Juxo and Luigi. The ball is busy once again trying to pop off, trying to make it all about him, his moment. As Brainerd basically wrestled this lead back. And Zoms, I haven't talked to you in a long time. How is everything? How is life? How is CSA going? Obviously, that, we're in Major 2 of that, so we're at an important part of the season for that league currently.
What a shot.
Yeah, it's just incredible. Easy turnaround shot here, just cleans this up, steals that corner boost, and just makes it look easy. But Zoms, I know your teams are, I know your superstar team in CSA is doing well. They're obviously in the bracket for Major number 2. I have no idea how your other rosters are doing, but my team just made the bracket yesterday as the 7 seed. So super excited about that.
Awesome. Yeah, I was not surprised when I saw you go off to that team that you guys immediately started having some good results. That's why I drafted you, and I knew that you were going to be a good pick for that. But things had to change. I had to figure out something, and Thunder was an absolutely
they're
fantastic pickup.
They are hard to play. I will say that. We did get to play them once. They are difficult to play against.
When Thunder's on, I think he's probably the best player in Superstar. He's unbelievable. Pop's almost peaking. Busy won't be able to put it away, but yeah, Superstar is doing well. The problem is I have lots of kind of like Denver. We got some mountains, lots of highs, lots of lows.
Mm-hmm.
We have a couple of teams that I'll just say World Class and Prem. We have had a ton of forfeits, and it has hurt my season badly. World Class finally have started playing. I'm so happy they're doing well. Out of all the parts of the season to start playing, when the double points
is the most important part.
And there it is. Yeah, the most important part. So they've started doing well, but unfortunately, it's the opposite story for my Prem team, who have started to stop playing, and they have had a flurry of forfeits, and it's very, very, very disheartening. But it's okay. I think the rest of my teams are doing pretty all right. My Academy team, they kind of underperformed at the Major. I am a little bit sad with how that turned out. I think they actually might already be out of the running, but I think the rest of my teams are fine. I think, like I said, I think I have a top superstar team.
You do.
I
agree.
I think it's comfortably top 2, maybe top 3 easily. I think I can comfortably say that. And say with my novice team, I think my novice team is easily top 2, top 3 range. So I'm really happy with those two teams. I can see both those teams winning, just winning
their leagues. I'm excited to play. It's yesterday was a great day for the 8 and the 9 seed. My team in San Antonio, we topped Group A and did knock out the 1 seeded St. Louis Archers. So they are no longer in the tournament. So this is your and Atlanta's chance for to kind of overtake that. But we had a great day yesterday. Played a ton of Rocket League. Got 2 wins that we absolutely needed. One of them was a grueling series. The second one, though, was the best that we have ever played as a team, and it was absolutely incredible to watch. But this one likely going to come down to Brainerd here, but maybe St. Paul has a rebuttal in the last couple of seconds. Up by 1. Busy's there, but he gets blocked. Doesn't hit the ball. Isn't enough contact. Pops keeps it up. Busy's on the redirect. Luigi cuts it out and knocks it down to the ground. As that will confirm the win for Brainerd. Brainerd escapes this series with a split. And that's, honest to God, not the worst thing in the world. Because it all comes down to how you do when it comes to your games. If you lose one, you need to win the second one, Zoms. It has to happen. Yeah. You cannot, especially when you're the higher team, it's scary when you lose that second. If you lose that second game, things can go south in a hurry. If you lose that first game, you're all of a sudden you're down to your last kind of wire of all right, we have to win this game, otherwise we don't get anything for this. And granted, it's a little bit nicer when it comes to Challenger and Rising Star because there's more games. You're going to play your group twice. Premier, that's not the case. You're only playing your group once. You only get one crack. Like I was talking about way earlier when you weren't here. You need a split. You can't afford to go 0-1 against teams. But huge win for Brainerd here. They're able to get this one done. But yeah, I'm just, that busy goal. Woo! That was a nice one. And this is our first split of the day for me.
But, Spalty as well. Spalty as well. He also had a really nice shot. Busy and Spalty popped off that series, at least for the game, that last game right there. But yeah, 1-1 split, as you said. And honest to God, that is all St. Paul can ask for. That they got to be ecstatic leaving that. So
to play arguably the best team in the league, one of them, I would say, in my opinion, one of the best teams in the league. In my grueling opinion.
On paper, I think it is the single most broken team possible in Challenger. I mean, they're like 50 over Salcap off draft. Like, that is unbelievably overpowered. But they have had a little bit of mixed results here and there. They have losses. That's one really interesting about Challenger this season. It's really close. There's no flawless teams already. Every team already has losses.
A loss. There's no front runner. There's no front runner at all.
Yeah. So although I do think they are the best team, I don't think it's by much. Yeah. So it's really exciting. I mean, one good week. Like let's say like 10 points is all that separates first place right now and 11th. Like that is so exciting. That just makes for such good content. Any team on any given day really could surge up in the placement. So you just have to play really, really well. And this major I think is going to define the standings a bit more. We'll finally see who these top teams really are. Of course, that's right before trade window, but man, it is a very exciting time for Challenger, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a stressful time, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
it's it's definitely going to come down to the wire, that's for sure. Those are only our third series of the night. We got one more 2 game set left that I'm going to be able to stream, and awesome. It should be fun. Rochester taking on Bloomington. And these are 2 teams who, coming into this, the 4 and the 5 seed playing each other. This is about as close as you could possibly get. So one of these guys is going to come away with the win. But that one coming up in just a bit. We'll have it for you. It should be a fun one. And I'm just excited. I'm just excited, Zoms. I'm locked in. We're ready to go. It's Rocket League time.
Let's go. We were talking about a little bit of CSA, but we didn't even get to talk about MCS. I mean, you're right now on the #1 Prem team, right?
Correct.
3-0? 3-0, 7+ game differential.
We did lose our first major series. Last night, it was a very quick series, and I will say, a team we played came out and just played better. They played better than us. We did not play well. It was one of those things of like, it was our worst series as a team together, and still the games were fairly close. I mean, we still scored quite a bit of goals. They just scored more, and honest to God, it's good that we got that actually out of the way now, because we have, more opportunities for the rest of the major to do our thing, and I think we'll be fine. I think it's
iron out the kinks early.
Yeah. Good. It's one of those things of, there's going to be hiccups along the road. It's our first loss, but honest to God, they just outplayed us, and we didn't play good enough to win. And I'm excited to see how that team does, because they've not had the best season so far, but they're going to come into the major with a different outlook, and that's what they did. So we'll see if Bemidji can continue that. But we're going to continue on our matches. Rochester and Bloomington after the break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have got one more series to go. It's going to be a fun one. We have the Rochester Rhythm and the Bloomington Maulers. Now, the Rhythm currently are at the top of Group D. This is a Group D series. Maulers are 4-2. This is their opportunity, Zoms. Their first series against the Rhythm. They'll play them. They've already played, actually. Rochester took that set 2-0 at 6 o'clock. This is Bloomington's chance to rewrite history and take it back. If they win it, it'll be massive for their chances of going on. But all you got to do is not get last in your group. That's it. And, yeah, should be a fun one for sure, Zoms. I'm just excited to see what ends up happening with this series. It's going to be a good one. Do you have a prediction?
Man, it's really tough to predict these two. You know, they're currently in the standings sitting at 4 and 5, so it should be a close match. And hearing that it went so dominantly one way before is surprising. I guess it's only 2 games. It's really hard to get a gauge on an entire series when it is 2 games. But now that they're playing the other 2, man, I don't know if I feel strongly enough to put it one way or the other. Have they played each other in season? That's one thing I'm going to quickly check. I don't believe so, but I guess that could help me sway my decision. Do you have any strong opinions, or kind of on the fence?
I love this Bloomington team. The last time I saw them play, I really think they're a very, very good roster when they're playing well on their day. In my opinion, I'm going to go Bloomington. I feel like Bloomington's going to win. I feel like this is going to be a different story for them. But Rochester's a very good team. Soms, what do you think?
You know, not just because you said the Maulers, but I do think this Rhythm team, not just to clash the desk a little bit, but clash mentioned, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Rhythm here. I'm a big fan of all their players, of course. I don't really mess with Flo, but anyways, I really love this team. You know, Oibu is a player that I think is unbelievable. Met him first in some combines that I was running in CSA, and I think he's an unbelievable talent that he plays up really, really well. I would love to see him, you know, playing with people at this level. And so far, I mean, 5-1, I believe they are, maybe 4-2. I forgot to take a quick look at that.
Currently, but yeah, 4-2. Both of teams are 4-2.
Yeah, and I do think this squad's super strong. And once again, Flo and Power as those 2 players next to him. I just think this is a super strong team. I don't think there's any I honestly, you know, this is the first time in a while where if you think a team is close, you can just say they're gonna tie. I think they might go 1-1.
Good opening
which
goal.
Is maybe not so fun to say. My bad.
Good opening goal for Blaudat there. As this is what you want to see if you are a fan of this Bloomington team. Hero kept Clash DA. And Blaudat versus Flo, 22 Power, and Oib, I guess you could say is his current name, but definitely an interesting roster on the side of this Rochester franchise. Obviously, we know what Power can do. You know, GM, very mechanical player if you give him space. And see Blaudat and Clash, Blaudat and Hero brothers. This double tap chance, huge save from Blaudat though. As that follow up from Oibu was on target, but it was stopped. Oibu was going to collect. Does get bumped by Hero. Clash will pop that one down the field. Flo should have that to the side and does end up doing it. Gets by Blaudat as well. Hero, his brother, does save his tail. As Flo will stick midfield. I haven't seen a ton of Flo this season. See where he's at level-wise. You know, it's always interesting to see how teams are doing when it comes to playing the game, whether they're playing a ton more or whether they're not playing as much, you know, how their form changes and, you know, see what ends up happening. Oibu around 1. Does not get around Blaudat, though. Won't be on target. A minute and some change in Zoms. 1-0 for Bloomington.
Yeah, and I'm really happy to see this Bloomington Maulers team doing well. Of course, everyone loved the Clash doing well. That shot does go wide, good chance to double up. But, you know, this was a team I doubted a little bit. You know, the brothers coming out to play. And I'm really happy that this team's working out because it is a team that a lot of people doubted. It's a little bit, when the teams first got formed, it was a dark horse, and they are proving everyone wrong, including myself. I was a little bit of a doubter, but, you know, currently 4-2, doing extremely well and looking to push forward, even in this very game, up 1-0. Almost doubled up, but unfortunately held that at the gate. Oebu trying to find this ball center, but can't quite. Also, Wada dodging the bump, and now dribbling this ball out. Flow challenge, but Clash is there, does not have the shot. Oebu, a slight mistouch towards the front of his goal. 50-50 will keep it clear, but a little bit of misconception there. And a shot on goal. Blada charging for boost, but quickly turns back. And I thought that for sure that was the equalizer with a big mistake, but luckily able to get back.
This one this one is halfway over. What am I saying? Almost. Halfway done. Hero will collect. Let's get that 50-50 win. And that one's going to be, you know, put in an awkward high touch into the corner that Oebu is able to deal with, but doesn't get a ton on it. Hero's going to hit this one up to Power. Hero has the read. Where's Flow on the follow? It is blocked by Hero. Power with it in not the greatest miss in the world. Flow's able to keep up the pressure. Minute 45. That one's just going to bounce on target. Hero is there. Flow again towards the midfield. Double commit from Bloomington. Kind of scrambled defense here. Power collects. See him leaning back in the chair, trying to get over top of the defense. No one's there for the follow-up, though. Blaudat around one. Into the corner. Power. Can he stick with this? He kind of can. Does his best, but Flow's there for the help. Flow, that one's off target. Oibu's on the follow. Is going to get around the defense. And this is just a little skirt shot, Zoms, that just... I don't know where in the world the ball is supposed to go besides that.
Wow. Well played. Honestly, Stewie, I mean, that's not... I mean, it looks really simple, but that is not easy to get past the defender. And the defender was there, but does go missing. Maybe misread the play a little bit. It looked really awkward from my point of view right there. Slight double commit on the side of Rochester. Won't burn them as it's flying into the orange corner. Blada, great outplay now, a 1 versus 1. In fact, he's actually got some help. Hero in the midfield. That shot does go high. The follow-up is there, but it's no good. Maybe a free opportunity gone by the wayside. Blada pinch into the midfield. Flow is there to shut it down, but a nice dunk from Clash will keep this play dangerous still. Into the corner. It's a pass for Clash. Top bins. He's got it. He had the redial, and this time he's got the goal.
Yeah, Clash fires the cannon. Does pick it up 90. Just gets enough on it. Gets behind Oebu. Great finishing play from Clash. As Bloomington goes back into the lead. Bought it on the follow. Power's able to make the stop. Ends up beating a demo. That one's going to bounce mid for Hero. Hero's not able to get there in time. Clash is back. As is Bloodhead on the respawn. As that is a testing shot from Oebu that won't be on target. Thank the Lord's heavens for Bloomington's sake that one wasn't going at their net. Hero, huge 50-50 win. Now it's just going to go top ends. Where is the defense from Rochester?
None of them ready. All of them turning upfield, expecting Power to be the one, you know, moving that ball up the wall and maybe just getting it forward. I guess there is only 12 seconds. They're looking to get going a little bit too excited, though, and that 50-50 will end up in their net. They try a kickoff strat. It's respectable that they tried something, but it does get hit off center and just goes towards the corner. Last few seconds will drain away, and game 1 goes to the Maulers. Fantastic plays and just playing honest ball. You know, they just hit the ball towards the teammate and shoot. I mean, they're playing very, you know, just honest Rocket League. They're trying any tricks here. And that's, I don't want to say it's surprising from a Clash team, but normally they're kind of, you know, ratty, going around, getting demos, and, you know, doing what it takes to get goals. But this was just a very honest game of Rocket League, using each other, passing, and yeah, this is a very, very nice game for Maulers.
Yeah, overall big win for Bloomington's sake. Able to get this one done. Now moving into game number, I guess you could say number what? That's game number 2. What am I saying? Moving into game number 2, the closeout game for the win. Is Bloomington trying to win this set 2-0 and complete somewhat of a reversal of fortunes as they lost the first set against the Rhythm? Now trying to rewrite history and win 2 instead of losing 2 against them. As this would be a big win for Bloomington. Obviously, more than likely going to qualify through based on their results so far. But you want the 1 seed. You want the high seed. Winners obviously move on one step further in the tournament if you're the top of your group. So your life only gets harder if you don't win this. If you're Rochester, not a good look. You already beat this Bloomington team once. You can do it again, but you're going to have to do it via a split instead of a 2-0 sweep. As Power looks midfield, Oibu's there on the touch. Look for Oibu to step up a little bit more here in this game. A minute in so far, we've lived kind of in this orange half, red half, whatever you want to say. Bladette towards the backboard. Ball doesn't hop as much as I think he was hoping for. As should be cleared away by Hero here on this catch.
Yeah, you were looking for Oibu to step it up a little bit, which I do agree. I do think maybe right now he's underperforming from obviously what he normally do. But honestly, it's kind of weird to say, but I want every single player to step up. I feel like every single player on this Rochester team can be that pop-off. And I have just not seen that spark yet from really any given player. Looking for just someone to take the lead, someone to step up. And Oibu, as the first rounder, is doing his best. Fantastic play, and we are looking for a step up, but we got the full ladder. My goodness. Oibu takes control, burning boost, but finds top bins over 2. And no matter what piece you get of it, it still finds the back of the net. Takes a big chunk out of the block, or out of that Mahler's team, and now they've got themselves their first lead. Uh-oh.
And we... Zoms. And we were asking for a step up. We did get one, but I only asked for one piece of the pie. He went out and bought a whole cake for Rochester's sake. As a huge redirect from Clash, we'll eat a demo onto Oibu. As Power should have that collection touch, does. Now looking for the 50-50 against Clash. Does get him to go. That one's going to go awkwardly off the backboard. Bloodat just there in time to shut down Flo's shot. It's a better game from Rochester so far. We've been living in this red half the entire time, as Bloomington really have not had a ton of chances. This is their cleanest one yet. Bloodat to the skies. Trying to get over top of the defense, but Oibu was ready. And, you know, like you said, every single player on Rochester can step up. I think all of them can have more to give. It's Clash with a good redirect, maybe for Bloodat's sake. But doesn't end up getting anything from it. Power with a good clear to the sidewall. Hero ends up running into his own teammate. Clash, I think, was looking to put that one on target, but hits nowhere near the goal. Instead, Bloodat off the ceiling, trying to follow this one. Does get a dunk. Power has the clear. 2 minutes to go, and Bloomington need one.
Looking to press forward, but Rochester is all over them, swarming. Bloodat does have a really nice beat. Power forced back yet again. Maybe not the touch he was looking for, but Hero maybe rushes it a little bit too much. Clash, huge 50-50, gets the reset and has the tap. And what was this, Stewie? Takes the 50-50, but gets the reset, able to recover. Oh my goodness. Clash Yates got a flip reset goal in MCS Challenger on your head. Clip it and ship it. My goodness.
That doesn't happen often. This guy, so you're telling me this guy has mechanics? He's got some. He's good for it.
My goodness. We just witnessed history, Stewie. I don't think you understand.
I don't know if I've ever seen that from him. You're telling me a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Oh my goodness.
What a ball from Oibu to get the lead right back. That is just, I'm sorry, Clash, but this has never happened in your existence, my friend. This is an absolutely, it's just, that's a tough goal to give up even after the one you just scored.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's more rare, a Clash DA flip reset or a Carl's Nuts flip reset. Anyways, I can say that because
I think both are definitely rare cards. We don't see them very often.
But we got to see one just now. I mean, that was absolutely peak. I'm not gonna lie, it was a beautiful play. But you can't let that be your only goal this game. Pressing forward and trying to find the back of the goal once more. You need one goal to bring this to overtime at the very least. Hero and Blada taking this ball, and Blada being just such an aggressive player, really working out for this squad. And Weebu able to get this ball mid-flow, takes the shot, is saved away temporarily. Hero needs to make a touch here. Actually just fakes out the player shooting that ball. Clash, one touch towards goal, does force out a double commit. This might be a good prospect. Hero goes missing, and this play might fizzle up really quickly. Oh, really big mistouch. Oh my goodness. That is, after the pop-up we saw earlier this game, one of the worst touches we could have seen. He did get pressed early by a bump. He did have to jump up, but those touches outplay his own team and is now in the back of his net. This is a tie ball game, Stewie.
22 seconds to go. Hero shuts down the challenge. Blaudat will sky that one to Hero. Hero skies it up again. Clash goes missing. Flow on the collection. Will we see overtime? Or will we see some antics at the end of this game? Oibu towards the net. To the bar. Blaudat's there. Flow, though, has enough boost to stick with this. Should kill this down to the ground. Hero, buddy, that's the wrong way. Clash has the save. Guys, we're trying to score on the other nets, not our own.
Oh my god.
Is that almost on its way in?
You said it best. We're trying to score on the other goal. It feels like both teams are like in the most dire situation ever. They seem nervous, but this is like one game of a 2-set. Like, guys, calm down. Oh my goodness. Things are getting shaky out here, and you know, as the 4 and 5 seed, I was not expecting this win. A shot to the top right corner. Beautiful save by Clash. Another heavy touch towards the corner. It's center to the goal, but no one there. No second man on this Rochester for two beautiful midfield passing plays now. And Weebu trying to get it past the defenders. They do honestly do very well to keep that dangerous, but will be held at bay now. Power from his corner. No boost. Takes it 50-50, and things are really back and forth so far in this overtime, but Rochester are the ones struggling to get a lot of boost here, despite having a lot of possession. What a pinch that was, and man, this might be another opportunity, but I don't know what to say, Stewie. I mean, this has been... I feel like if Rochester had a second man for two plays now, this game would be over.
Yeah. It's a good touch. Flow with the backboard read. Infield, Blaudat to Clash. Unable to put it on target. This is ultimately the most entertaining series we've had so far of tonight, at least in my eyes. It's been a great one. As Hero towards the net, just going to skirt wide. Oibu, not anything to work with here. Going to pop out mid. Blaudat's there on the cut. Power should have this, but doesn't have a ton of boost really to work with. On a follow-up here, Hero fires towards the net, stopped by Rochester. Blaudat again infield for Clash. Gonna 50-50 that one down.
No
Clash
way.
has the read. Blaudat saves his own teammate's shot as Hero's gonna pinch that one mid. Hero's trying to do everything he can to get the ball on target and in the net. This Bloomington franchise, they need this win. They can't afford this split with Rochester. As Hero will fake out Power, does get around him somewhat. Follow from Blaudat's on target, stopped. Again, Oibu Clash can't flip, he jumped early. And we've just been living in this blue half for the past 2 minutes.
Not for much longer, as Power now gets a chance to go on offense here, gets a flip reset, gets over Clash, looking for a midfield pass, but that one last touch does get it over the top of Flow. His own teammate Oibu takes a shot. It is just barely wide. Power trying to get a piece of it. It's currently a 3 versus 1 to spawn. 50-50 will fly to the back of the net, and Rochester will make this a 1-1. I believe now they go 3-1, but that's Spawn is brutal. Clash spawns on top of Blodot, who's trying to take a 50, but gets bumped off slightly to the right, and it flies to the back of his own net. This was a crazy series, Stewie. I know it's only 2 games, but man, I wish there was more. I can't believe we're getting left out on a little bit of a cliffhanger here. I hope to see these 2 play yet again.
Yeah, and looking at this game number 2, that goal from Oibu, that start. Woo!
Thank God.
Absolutely ridiculous goal. And then this one from Clash on the response eats the 50-50 alive and then is able to stick with it and close out that goal. Heck of a play by Clash. But this one from Oibu really was the backbreaker to me. Even if they did tie it up, which they did, still, this goal from Oibu should have never really happened on both ends of the field.
Yeah.
And you go to overtime and 2-2 as unfortunate loss for the Maulers, as that'll be a split for them. Not really ideal because, like I said, they need wins, not losses.
Yeah.
As a 1-1 is not going to help their case that much, but it won't hurt. It won't kill them. But they needed to beat this team. It needed to be a 2-0 in my opinion.
I agree. I agree. I think this was really big, especially, you need every little bit of help you can get in this major with this format. So if it is a series that looked very winnable, which this obviously
was and did,
even, man. But now going down 1, I mean, this is huge for Rhythm. This might be their chance to separate themselves from the group and maybe overtake Maulers, who I believe technically were above them. I'm not entirely. I think they had the game differential on the Rhythm, so that might be just one step closer for the Rhythm overtaking the Maulers. So a little bit of a scary prospect for them, but I believe that's all we have for Challenger today.
Yeah, just that one series, or just those 4 series, excuse me. They're done and dusted. Yes. Interesting plays being made all the way around. I'm currently looking at St. Cloud versus Green Bay and their series going on. I believe this is round number 4, obviously. There's 2 more rounds after this. But yeah, it was an incredible series. Overall, that last one was my favorite of the night by a country mile. But yeah, some incredible goals, some funny goals. And overall, I thought Bloomington did their job. You needed to come away with a split. You can't afford losing twice in a row to a team. You needed more than 1 win, and that's exactly what they did. And they were able to get this series done and dusted and take it over. And I think that second game they're definitely going to want back. I don't hate how they played it. I think there were some small things, some small mistakes. Obviously, getting scored on first is not ideal. But if some of their fortunes change, maybe they win this set 2-0, and it's a better goal. Yeah, somebody better have that coin clipped, because we don't see that very often from Clash.
Yeah, wow. I'm really happy I got to witness that. Outstanding night, of course. I really do. This sets a really high bar for the rest of Challenger, and I think it's going to be exciting to see what the rest of Challenger can do, and if anyone can stand the tide of this major format, because this is the new format as far as I'm concerned. I did miss when I didn't get to see this on Rising Stars, so this is super exciting to finally have a new format. People have been asking it forever to maybe switch up Major 1 and it's not just a single elimination bracket. You finally got what you wanted. You got FifaE format, and this has been a blast for me. So I have nothing else to say for tonight. Sorry if I cut you off a little bit there, but this has been a lot of fun. This has been a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see where things go.
Me too. I think it's going to be a great end to ours. Overall, a great end to the weekend. It's going to be fun. Tomorrow we got more matches to go, and obviously this all continues in 2 weeks' time, and beginning of December is when we'll finish out this major number 1, and our season will be almost halfway over. That is crazy to think about. It's absolutely unbelievable.
That doesn't even sound real.
It doesn't sound real at all, does it? I can't even believe it. I really can't, but
It's awesome though.
yeah. Thanks for joining us, guys. Have a good rest of your night, and I hope y'all enjoy the rest of the FifaE matches, as there's a couple left, still left to go. But thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your Friday night.
1974. Tell you you can be anything you wanna be, a king or a queen, as long as you got a dream. Oh no, it's a life, they just wanna take your life, try to tell you it's a battlefield. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be, wanna go to outer space, superhero in the streets. Damn, what a lie, what a time to be alive, how have I survived? Life's a battlefield, 1974. looks good.